Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in this beautiful world of ours. This is Hedging Lee with morning update for Bitcoin. All right, so yesterday I left with one of the accounts being a 535 zigzag potential. And guess what? It didn't happen. So I was wrong. I am not perfect. This is not, technical analysis is not based on the principle of certainty. It is purely based on principle of probabilities. I had given this as well as another alternate, which was a symmetrical triangle, but even that would be, as of now, invalidated probably because it broke out of here. It didn't really do A, B, C, D. You could say that it broke out of the D wave, which is quite probable. I've already discussed that not every triangle necessarily has to have A, B, C, D, E, five waves. You see triangles breaking out on the D, A, B, C, D. But I think what's more intriguing here will be the following. So we could say that if we want to take a bullish note, this was an A, B, and a C. Give it the benefit of the doubt. And if that was the case, we can say that maybe a new impulse is starting. Yeah, it's possible. We can say that we can maybe start counting this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Certainly not a primary count. Okay, so certainly not a primary degree of trend, rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can say, and that is how we're going to break the 10,000. Okay, that certainly is a valid call. And we'll move the wave forward right here. But I think one pattern that you might want to look at will be the following. Because this wedge pattern still stands out. Like this. So if this wedge pattern is still active and valid, and the fact that this has not really touched the top trend line yet could show potential for this, and is very close to the apex and decline. And what I'm trying to say is that from a bigger perspective of this wave 4 correction, it need just not have to overlap with wave 1, which is all the way down at 7,600. So the potential of this whole thing becoming a bigger ABC than maybe initially considered has to be taken into account and put into awareness. But all of these short-term moves are moot point for anyone who's got a longer-term perspective from now until, let's say, this time next year, or now until 2025. None of this matters. But I do have a good segment of my viewers and followers who are swing traders, who are day traders. I don't recommend day trading. I think the best way and the surest way to make $1 million by day trading is to start with $2 million. I guarantee almost. then you'll get to that 1 million if you start with two very quickly. That's why I don't recommend day trading. Even swing trading will have a very difficult time beating the performance of a hodling portfolio within a 24 to 36-month time frame. As I've explained, I divide my portfolio into 70% hodling portfolio, 30% into trading portfolio. There are times when the hodling portfolio is kicking butt on the trading portfolio. That's why I do both. So I think this ABC on a larger scale has to be taken into place. I put the C here because there's a cluster support right down here. So what will happen is if this is C, then it'll have to break this support because B bounced off this support right here. So C will have to break that support and it'll probably land somewhere in this zone of cluster of supports. And that could be wave 4 right there. So yes, let's see if during the weekend we can see this as a wave 1, 2, and 3 will have to give us a new higher high. That'll be the requirement. So 1, that'll bring us to 10,200 or so. 3, 4, 5 is right up here. Exactly. So that'll be cool. This will be awesome if this takes place. I'd be all for it. I'll even make this the primary account right now. And I've now given you the awareness of that bigger wedge and a higher scale of that ABC potential to be aware of. So what do I mean by awareness? When you see that happening, you're not going to panic sell because you know, just as explained, that it'll be if it breaks through this cluster of support, the next cluster of support is here. And if you have cash, you might want to add a little more here as well. So if it gives you the awareness, it keeps the panic away. You're not reactive, you're proactive. You're forward thinking, forward discerning for every possibility into your awareness as possible. And from that, you select your handful of probabilities. And from that, you select your primary and your alternates, exactly as I presented to you. And my primary, my alternates will definitely be very different from some other analysts' primary and alternates. That is the subjective nature of technical analysis. All right, everybody, enjoy your weekend. I wish you all the best. Let's see how it goes on Bitcoin and a lot more to come. Thank you.